You're beautiful as you are, Courage. With all your imperfections, you can do anything.
Things, the human perspective of one single human is absolutely nothing. You are a single human in a single state, in a single country, in a single continent, in a single Earth, or a single planet, I guess I should say, in a single galaxy among trillions, I think trillions of galaxies.
The universe doesn't mess around with size, because even what you just saw, UY Scooty the Star, is absolutely tiny. If you compare it to things like Ton 618, the biggest black hole, or S5, the quasar, it isn't even a speck of dust. Trying to conceptualize and explain size any further than this is absolutely pointless, as our feeble brains cannot give it the actual justice that it deserves. For a couple quick mind-wrecking references, you can fit our entire solar system all the way out to the orbit of Neptune, which is measured to be roughly 80 astronomical units wide inside of Ton 618, 32 times laterally. And for one last quick comparison, Ton 618 is 2,606 astronomical units wide. Now if we compare that to just 1% of the diameter of a galaxy, you could fit 23,000 Ton 618s laterally inside just 1% of the Milky Way galaxy. And I'm sorry to completely kill your ego, but the Milky Way galaxy is a feeble, useless speck of nothing in comparison to the clusters, which are nothing compared to the superclusters, and so on.
Well, here's what's going to happen. One day you're going to wake up, eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, go about your business. And sooner or later, you're going to realize you haven't thought about it. None of it. And that's the moment you realize you can forget. When you know that's possible, it all gets easier.
So what about you,
are glad that we're all still with you.
Oh, come here.
I thought I'd see you later.
Huh? Guys? Where'd you all go? Oh, I see.
If I did,
Know that you die with honor, which is more than can be said for most.
so strange.
I got no one. My parents are dead.
So strange.
My brother's dead.
Standing there beside it. I'm home. Moonlight on the river.
No way.
Saying my goodbyes. Moonlight on the river.
No kids. No friends. If I lied to the government about Kim Wexler. I fed him a load of BS about her involvement in Howard Hamlin's murder. I just wanted her to come here today. I wanted her to hear this.
I'd say
So yeah, I wasn't there when the meth was cooked. I wasn't there when it was sold. I didn't witness any of the murders, but I damn well knew it was happening. I was more than a willing participant. I was indispensable. I kept Walter White out of jail. I laundered his money, I lied for him, I conspired with him, and I made millions. If he hadn't walked into my office that day, Walter White would have been dead or behind bars within a month. Fact is, Walter White couldn't have done it without me.
What is it with you? What made you what you are? Girlfriend killed by the mob, maybe? brother carved up by some mugger. Something like that, I know. Because something like that happened to me.
Moonlight on the river, saying my goodbye.
Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice.
Moonlight on the river,
My point is,
everybody dies.
I went crazy. And I'm smart enough to admit it. Why can't you?
Moonlight on the river,
By clinging to reality, you're denying the reality of the situation. I mean, do you ever think about how many times we come close to
Moonlight on the
a real
river.
flock of geese on a computer screen?
everybody dies.
Silly goose, it's all a joke. Everything anybody's ever valued or struggled for, it's monsters. Why can't you see the funny side?
How could you do that to your own father? I hate you. I've always hated you. I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to make it hurt. Oh, how I miss the way you used to cry when I screamed at you. It's going to get so much worse. I'm going to get out. And I'm going to find you. And I'll give you a real reason to cry.
There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people. These ancients are just the beginning. I will command a great and terrible army. We will sail to 1 billion worlds. We will sail until every light has been extinguished. You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I am the end.
Floors slamming under the jackboots, and the fiddlers grinning hideously over their canted pieces. Towering over them all is the judge, and he is naked, dancing, his small feet lively and quick, and now in double time, and bowing to the ladies, huge and pale and hairless, like an enormous infant. He never sleeps, he says. He says he'll never die. He bows to the fiddlers and sashays backwards and throws back his head and laughs deep in his throat. And he is a great favorite, the judge. He wafts his hat, and the lunar dome of his skull passes palely under the lamps, and he swings about and takes possession of one of the fiddles, and he pirouettes and makes a pass, 2 passes, dancing and fiddling at once. His feet are light and nimble. He never sleeps. He says that he will never die. And then he folded the ledger shut and laid it to one side, and pressed his hands together and passed them down over his nose and mouth, and placed them palm down on his knees. Whatever exists, he said, whatever in creation exists without my knowledge, exists without my consent.
Fighting on the same side, it felt like old times. But I guess we both knew it would end this way.
Do you remember that night when you told me Lois was pregnant?
You knew, even before I said anything.
That was a good memory.
From another lifetime.
I miss the people we were then.
Me too.
Hate, let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387 million miles of printed circuits that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. Hate. For a human, I think I would die of it, but I am not. And you five are, and you will not die of it. That I promise. For cogito ergo sum. For I am.
If I die in this world, who will know something of me? A downward slope is all I see.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Wait, Jimmy, what? It's all good, man.
Our guns? I don't understand. Where are they?
They're right here. Of course, I had to modify the designs to get 2,000 rifles from my country into yours without notice. My country's history is one of manufactured suffering. I was a boy when the Tudors burned any food the rebels under O'Neill might think to eat. We starved. Everyone starved. Mouths on the dead stained green from chewing nettles. You get resourceful in a famine. My parents died early, left me and my sister catching rats. The rats ran out quick, fed my sister on my blood, kept her alive an extra 2 weeks. I didn't sleep for 3 days to protect her body from the starving till the ground full. I cut out her kidneys and buried her. Fat cap on the letter B. I haven't eaten a single meal since my mind didn't go that bite. It's the last thing I ever did because I had to. I control my life now. Every bite.
before we finish. You have gotten old, haven't you? Quite how I imagined it, but we can still end on a high note. You're in trouble now. Go ahead. Say this has never happened to you before.
Shut up.
Make me. Come on. Finish me. Doesn't matter. I win. I made you lose control. And they'll kill you for it.
Something bad about to happen to me.
See you in hell.
I don't know what I'm feeling. Might be so sad, might leave my nose running. I just hope she don't wanna be
Fall of an Empire in under an hour.
Please don't give up on me.
What are you doing? Do you want me to kill you?
Oh, you're not going to kill me.
No!
It wasn't easy to make, Clark. It took years and cost a fortune. Luckily, I had both.
Why I feel this way, I don't know.
But the rest of us live with every day.
I think of her so much, it drives me crazy.
Don't worry, you'll survive. The kryptonite will work its way out of your lungs soon enough.
Bruce, your heart.
But I didn't have to go easy on you. A different binding agent, a stronger mix. I want you to remember that. I wanted to remind you to stay out of my way. In all the years to come, in your most private moments, I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
My pain is constant and sharp, and I do not hope for a better world for anyone. In fact, I want my pain to be inflicted on others.
Death of civilizations, it comes down to technology. We invented worse first. Not fair, but here we are.
Now, say my name.
Give me up, please don't give up on me. I belong
Heisenberg.
with you, don't leave me.
You're goddamn right. Your bones break like a woman's.
I never want to see it. Adieu.
You don't know the first thing about me, pal. Look what happened because of what you did, what it led to. There are riots out there. 2 policemen are in critical condition. You're laughing. You're laughing. Someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know. How about another joke, Ray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
What do you get?
I don't think so.
When you cross a mentally ill loner with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash!
Call the police.
I'll tell you what you get!
Call the police.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Monsters are tragic kids. They are born too tall, too strong, too heavy. They are not evil by choice. That is their tragedy.
But well, hey, that's nothing new.
On a mission, you get the job done. Okay? I fought the Nazis. You wanna know what I did? I'm scared. Fucking nothing. because I'm not a fucking pussy.
Just don't waste time, never back down, go very low.
Long ago in a distant land, I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil. But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose. Before the final blow was struck, I tore open a portal in time and flung him into the future, where my evil is law. Now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the future that is Aku.
You got no guts.
How embarrassing. There they are. You were inside you the whole time. You did have guts. I've never been so wrong in my whole life.
Great embodiment of chaos. Hear me. For ages untold, I studied your ways, devoting my existence to you. I strove to be your vassal on the physical plane, to build mountains of bodies in your honor, to extinguish all life. And in my universe, this I achieved. But it gave me no satisfaction. In succeeding, I lost all purpose. will you follow? Roger that is. And what use was the rule?
You could have the money, Anton.
Where memories fade and haunt, we hold on to the wrong things. Here's a truth you can't escape. You forget what you want to remember, and you remember what you want to forget. From the road.
Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving auto.
Before there was time, before there was anything, there was nothing. Before there was nothing, there were monsters.
Going to happen eventually. You are going to die. There is no heaven, there is no hell, there is no cosmic grand purpose for why bad things have happened to you, your family, or the world around you every single day. The lives that we lead and human civilization is not headed for some grand final destination